All right, guys, what a couple of days it has been. We have about 24 hours from right now until we have probably one of the biggest events that's happened in the history of Bitcoin since we have been so bullish. And this could be exceptionally bullish. So we're going to discuss that along with some other things that you guys need to be aware of, because we did have the opening of the Ethereum ETF yesterday. So let's break down the numbers and figure out whether or not this is going to be bullish or bearish. As you know, yesterday we did open up a short position on Bitcoin. I know, absolutely crazy, right? But that position is still in profit. We have got a break-even stop loss. If the market drops, we'll make money. If the market heads back up, we will break even on our stop loss, but I have already taken profits from that trade. So completely risk-free at this point. So very nice to see. And of course, we still have our long positions open. Solana, Ethereum, and Casper all doing very nicely here. So if you guys do want to trade, go and grab your 10% deposit bonus down there in the description on BTCC. No KYC, no VPN necessary. Now, looking at the price of Bitcoin, you can see, if we zoom in a little bit, that we had our initial push upwards. We did try for the next resistance at 69K, but we have been rejected. We then lost to 66.8 here, and we are right now on this daily candle trying it again. If we do look at it a little bit different here, still on the daily, we do have our bull flag that is forming, our very strong bull flag. And what's interesting that I noticed is this move, you know, it took 2 weeks, 2 weekly candles for Bitcoin to move 24.5, 25%, a quarter of the entire market cap in 2 weeks. That's how quick these things can change, right? So even if we did get rejected and we headed back down to the lower region here, that could just take another 2 weeks and then another 2 weeks, and it's just sideways chop, guys. But I am leading on bullish right now. But on a technical level, what we want to do is break this region. That's why I told you when we first came here, this was not the opportunity really to go long. What we wanted was for us to break it cleanly, flip it into a support, and then head higher. So when we see this is the region around here, here, or here that you want to start getting involved in your trades if you're looking for short-term trades. Here was a good opportunity for a short. As you know, I did a short on Ethereum, because the reason I did that is because last time when we had the Bitcoin ETF, we did have sideways action, and then we had a little bit of downwards action, and then we had a push upwards. I would like to show you the Ethereum chart, but my internet is really slow here. But let's break into some news today, because we do have some big things, like I said, happening. JP Morgan says Bitcoin and the crypto market will rebound in August. Bull run incoming. Now, JP Morgan is a snake oil salesman. They are criminals, in my opinion. He told everyone in the pits of the bear market that Bitcoin was only for criminals. Only criminals use it. And now he is out using it, saying it's going to rebound, talking about it. Obviously, he has vested interest now that the ETF's alive. But does that not, in his own words, make him a criminal? I'll let you guys discuss that in the comment section there. But JP Morgan, BlackRock, they are not here to be your friends. They are here to use you to make money, right? That is it. That's all their intentions, in my opinion. That's 100% of their intentions. I don't trust anything they say. Now, we do have a little bit of worry in the market. Mt. Gox again moving $2.47 billion of Bitcoin. Mt. Gox moved a total of $2.47 billion new wallets this morning in order to distribute 5,106 Bitcoin to 4 separate addresses. They still hold 80,000 Bitcoin. And just like last time, guys, I don't think this is going to affect the market too badly. But of course, if our bull flag plays out and we do have another leg to the downside before our push upwards, this could very well be the catalyst that pushes the price down to our lower level of support before pushing us upwards. Again, my bias is that that doesn't happen. But of course, be aware that this can happen. The market is in greed right now. When we were in extreme fear, that's when we were buying heavy, that's when we were getting really long, and now we're in greed again. It could be our opportunity for our altcoins. But first, I want to see Bitcoin break here. I want to see our dominance chart come down. You can see we lost the uptrend for the dominance chart. We broke down, we retested, and we are yet to lose this final resistance here, right? So I want to start to see us move downwards. That would then indicate that we are moving into an alt season. You can see from this chart as well that we are still very much in a a Bitcoin season. But once all of this changes, we can see our altcoins go absolutely parabolic. Solana is still the outlier here, and what a trade that has been, us buying heavily in the fear, and now finally we can take profits from our trades. We can also shave off some spot bags if that's something that you guys do feel like you want to do. If you want to keep safe, I always recommend taking profits. We are close to 180 again here. We had a very clean break of our wedge, and it could be a time to take profits. My initial target is about the $200 region, but I wouldn't see any problem if you got into the trade that we did down here at 124 to here, 42% on a spot trade. What an incredible move that would be, and that's without leverage, right guys? So with leverage you could have made some incredible gains like we did here on the channel. You can see I actually had a 50x leverage on this, so we've been taking profits very nicely. So secure the bag, guys. Take some profits if you want to stay unemotional in the market. I always say that's the most important thing for me anyway. The most important thing, as I would call myself a swing trader, removing my emotion from the market is the best thing that ever changed. When I was emotional in the market, that's when I always lost money, because I went too heavy. I didn't take profits. I let my losers ride downwards, and I take profits from my winners too early. Now the opposite is true, right? I cut my losses, but I let my winners ride, and I take profits on the way up. So removing your emotions is the most important thing to be a better trader. And the way I do it, you guys might find a different way, but the way I do it is I take profits and I have that cash. So when, for example, Solana has a pullback, I don't get panicked and act on those emotions. I just let it ride. All right, I already have my profits. We'll see what happens. Like the Ethereum short, I already have my profits. So if we do start to pump here, great. I'm excited for us to pump, but I've also made the best of both situations. Now let's talk about the Ethereum ETF. There is now $10.2 billion in assets across nine ETFs. Now this might seem like a lot, but it's actually only 1.1 billion that is new. Right, we have 10.2 billion that is there because of the Ethereum grayscale, ETH, right? And of course, they sold a ton, $484 million of sells, which gives us a net asset inflow of 107 million, which I think is actually extremely bullish. I was worried that we would have net outflows of the day, and that would scare the market. Of course, we'll find out today, tomorrow, the next day what happens, but I think this is extremely bullish for our first day. This is about 10%. We can see here, first day has been approved. Total volume 1 billion, 23% of what the spot ETF, Bitcoin ETF did in their first day. So a quarter of what the Bitcoin ETF did in their first day. So if we can stick with a quarter of what Bitcoin does, I think that is extremely bullish for Ethereum. If we can do that, because remember, Bitcoin's market cap, 1.3 trillion. Ethereum's market cap, 400 million. So we are close to a quarter. It's a little bit more than a quarter, but a quarter of the inflows for the ETFs at a quarter of the market cap could still see similar growth, right? Similar growth. So if we do jump over to the Bitcoin chart, do we have the weekly? Now let's just a bit cleaner this one. You can see here in January, right here, this is where we got the Ethereum ETF, the Bitcoin ETF approval, and we started trading. So up 70%. So if we did the same thing we do the same move, that could take Ethereum to a price of about $6,000. So $6,000 if we have the same moves as Bitcoin has, with a quarter of the inflows of Bitcoin, because the market cap is, of course, around a quarter. It's definitely a little bit larger than that, but that's what we could see. I think that's a pretty respectable target here, $6,000, close to a doubling of the price. Maybe not as bullish as you guys thought it would be, but I still think it's great in my opinion. Doubling your money on a spot position means you can, 20 extra money on a 10x position. That's why I do it. So if you guys do want to trade BTCC, down there in the description, or you can trade on MARGEX, and you can use, like me, Solana as collateral to trade Solana, Ethereum as collateral to trade Ethereum, and both of those exchanges will give you $10,000 deposit bonus. Now, in 24 hours, we got the Bitcoin Nashville event happening, right? Starts in 24 hours and lasts about 3 days. We have Trump, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and not these guys, Kamala Harris has now said she's going to be here. Now, this is absolutely just ridiculous in my eyes. Like, this is just a wild thing, right? So she's going to come and talk, apparently, at the Nashville conference. So is Trump. And they're both, and RFJ Jr., and they're all going to be saying how much they love Bitcoin and how much they're pro-Bitcoin and pro-crypto, and they want to keep it in the US, and they absolutely love crypto and all this crap, and it's all just to get votes, right? But we use it to our advantage. Whoever gets in power, as long as they're pro-Bitcoin and crypto, that is good for our bags. I just think it's just ridiculous though when we watch it, right? And the reason why I think this is going to be so bullish for the market is basically either of them, two opposing sides, could come out and say basically anything pro-Bitcoin or pro-crypto, and it probably will send the markets flying. For example, we have the sinister plan between Trump and BlackRock's Larry Fink about the Treasury Secretary or controlling Bitcoin as a reserve or whatever it might be. If that is announced, if Kamala Harris has something else to announce, it's going to be bullish, or they might just say nothing and be like, yeah, pro-Bitcoin, and then nothing happens. But if there is an announcement that no one's expecting, or it's what people are expecting, which is that connection between Larry Fink and Trump, it could send the markets flying. So we've got 24 hours until it starts, and then about 3 more days of these talks going. So let me know if you've made it this far in the video, if you want me to actually live stream Kamala Harris as well, Trump and RFJ Jr. here, maybe even Michael Saylor. Let me know if you want me to do all of those down there in the comment section. And to finish it up, guys, we got Uber CEO wanting to accept crypto as a payment, and we have luxury manufacturer Ferrari accepting Bitcoin as a payment, guys. Mass adoption is on the way, and what we need is this to change. This is our Google Trends, right? We can see we are basically in bear market lows of interest in crypto and Bitcoin. You can see we have a little bit of an uptick here. And hopefully this starts to change, because this is where the Bitcoin ETF started to get approved and the market got very excited. We got retail investment. That's when we had a big push in Bitcoin, a big push in altcoins, and everything was serious. And now Bitcoin is very close to old all-time highs, but retail still isn't here. And what does that show us? Well, altcoins are very much connected, in my opinion, to retail. So once we get retail come in, we're going to get retail FOMO. The market will probably start to pump. We may be starting to see that the start of that with Solana. And if we look at the meme coins, they are normally an indicator of what's to come. You can see some meme coins doing very, very well on the week. However, some others haven't. So I think that this will be our indicator here. Watch the Google Trends very closely. Once we see this tick upwards, I think altcoins have the opportunity to go parabolic. And I do think that is going to happen. It's just a matter of time, not if, but when. All right, guys. So hopefully you made it this far in the video. Let me know about Nashville if you are still watching. And if you guys do want to see what I'm doing each and every day in this market, come and join the Patreon. You can see my personal trades right here. You can see, we had actually $1,300 in profit yesterday for that Ethereum short. And then we also have a bunch of trades here from our team traders, which have been doing absolutely incredibly. If we go to the wins, you can see the kinds of wins, 114% gain, 1,500% gain, and so on. So if you guys do want to come and join the Patreon, the link is down there in the description. And of course, I'll see you in the next one.